There we go. Okay, guys, back again. I'm trying to build the suspense for my for doing the handle on my little Hoopo here. Just kidding. All right, back again here. So there's a little something I wanted to talk about was about reference books. And their uses, and I'll tell you the kind of stuff that I've used over my little journey over the last 5 years to get more into this blacksmithing stuff. I want to make it clear that I don't consider myself a blacksmith. Okay, yes, I can forge weld. I can make knives. I can make most of the tools that I need, except if I don't have the right steel for it. Things like that. I make all my own jigs, the whole works. But you got to have a starting point. Okay, you got to have a starting point somewhere. And some of the books that I've bought over the years, and one that I just recently purchased, have really helped me with a lot of things just around the property and training myself how to do research and small things like that. Okay, I'll get right back to you here. I forgot to grab my books. Okay, I got it together now. I got some of the books over here. Some of them are very old, and I just leave them in the house. Like some of them are actual first prints from the turn of the century on how to build stuff or how to repair things on your farm and stuff like that. Okay, but one of the most handy little books, I've worn a few of these out. One of the handiest little books that I've used is this little pocket reference guide. I get her up nice and close. Okay, you can see who makes it, you can see the name of it, all that good stuff. Okay, so what's in here is like everything from how to use the Beaufort wind scale, which is good for you guys who are shooting and things like that, or in a post-collapse environment where, say, the internet is down or something like that, you'll be able to gauge your wind speeds and judge whether or not you can make wind power. You can use it for wind power, like electrical generation, pumping your well, stuff like that. Okay, but it doesn't just have that in here. I mean, like there's minerals and their properties. There's steel specs, there's bolt specs, bolt torque specs, mineral tables, yeah. I mean, even a little bit of biology in here for growth rates in human beings and stuff from the time you're born till when you die. A lot of good stuff. A lot of really good stuff in this little tiny book. Okay, so getting on from there. The book that started it all for me, and I bought this quite a while ago, probably close to 20 years now. Not quite 20, but close to. One book that started it for me was The Art of Blacksmithing. You guys have seen me do this before. It's by Alex Beeler. Now, what this is not a definitive how-to book, okay? In fact, it'd be a very poor how-to book. But what it does is it's basically the history of looking at blacksmithing from an historical perspective, and he's got lots of drawings in there. He's got a few really basic how to do this, how to do that, how to swing your hammer, how to hold it. He's got some pictures of forges in there. and some brief explanations, so you kind of got to figure it out from there, kind of deal. But all in all, it's a good book, and it's the one that got me started. And I can look in this book, I can look in here, and like there's, well, here's one on lap welding, you know, welding two bars together, you know, so he's got it drawn out, so I can go from there and I go, okay, well, this is what it's got to look like before I weld, and then I know I've got to clean everything, and I know I've got to have borax, or, well, you don't have to have borax to weld, but it sure does help. And away I go with it, right? And I'll practice and practice and practice, and finally get it, you know, right, to where you're down to about a 60 to 70% success rate. So yeah, good reference book, not a good how-to book though, okay? Not a really good one. There are better ones out there, okay? Another book that I've had for a little while now is, and this is an excellent book. This goes through everything. It's How to Make Your Own Knives, okay? By a fella named Percy W. Blanford. Okay, he's out of the States. This book, I think it's around $80 or $90 on Amazon. I believe that's where you can get it. I didn't get it from there. I just got it from a friend of mine who gave it to me. So it's got everything in here on the leather work. Needed to make sheaths and belts for your knives. How to make your handles, what materials to use, how to stabilize your handles, annealing and normalizing, lots of different knife types, and it lists their uses, and how to grind, how to make all your jigs. It's a really, really good book. If you're going to get into knife making, buy this book, okay? Now, on to the last one here. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just picked this one up from Lee Valley Tools just a short time ago. This one is called Handy Farm Devices and How to Make Them. It was first published in 1912. Now I'm finding that most of the homestead, subsistence farming kind of stuff, and real off grid. Okay, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you guys with you guys using solar or steam or water turbines or water wheels to generate electricity, but this is means you're like completely off grid. You don't have running water. You know, where you just turn on a tap and off you go. You don't have electricity. Flip on a light switch. There's no power tools involved in any of this stuff, and a pile of great stuff in here. It shows you how to lay out your house and how to lay out your plumbing, so that when you're outside, you go and you pump your well. It shows you how to build a pump too. You go and you pump your well. It goes into a cistern tank, which feeds your house, and it shows you how to pipe everything in your house. So, you've got all those little hand pumps. Shows you how to make them too, for your kitchen sink, for your bathroom sink, for your bathtub, for your washing basins, all that kind of stuff. And it shows you how to get rid of all that, how to get rid of your wastewater. It's such an awesome book. There are so many things in here that I want to build. I don't think I'm going to live long enough to be able to build them. If I could do one a day, I don't think I could do it. But yeah, this is such a great book. I mean, like chicken coops, beehives, how to look after them, cold frames, lots of gardening stuff in here, lots of fencing stuff in here too. Some really good tips on fencing, and a lot of good stuff using windlasses and pole and gin methods for moving your stuff around, and how to harvest your crops. And like the tools you need to make to harvest your crops and to process your crops. Just an awesome book. Okay, guys, I just thought I would, pardon me, again, that's the handy farm devices and how to make them. I'll see if I can get the whole thing in the screen for you here. Okay, it's reprinted from 1912. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it before, I probably did. All the best books that I have found for all this off-grid stuff have been published pre-World War, pre-World War I, the best ones, okay? There were still some really good ones that were published in like the 20s and a couple in the 30s and 40s, but it just seemed to me that once we had that big industrial push here in North America, especially post World War I, that this stuff just went by the wayside, and we became more dependent upon that slow evolution of the use of electricity, internal combustion engines, hydraulics, all that kind of thing. So it's for me, finding these kind of books is just like, wow, yeah, right on, you know. But anyhow, you guys take care, and I'm going to get on the video making the handle for that little hole. Okay, take care, guys. See ya.